See, when I used to pursue this whole awakening journey, I wanted to keep this human self character and all of its little things, all of its little addictions and attachments. And, I wanted to still get my dopamine hits and everything. But I was suffering because of that. But I didn't know that. I knew it somewhere inside, but I didn't pay attention to it because I wanted to keep doing what I wanted to do because the karma was really strong. And I was supposed to. I had to experience that for a while. So the point is, I wanted to continue to do. I didn't want to, I just wanted to get awake so then I could do these things better, basically, and not suffer. That's why a lot of guys too on my semen retention channel, they want to do semen retention because they want the confidence and they want to feel secure so that they can go chase the girls more and be more effective at it. So they heard like, well, if I do semen retention, then that gives me like my energy and security. So then I can really mac harder now and more efficient. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Yeah, but what they don't understand is that lust, you can say, or this coming outside of ourselves to chase something out here to try to make ourselves feel good. That is what blocks this enlightenment, this awakening from happening. When I say enlightenment, there's no flagpost enlightenment. It continues to deepen. You can end up perfecting this thing forever. There's no end. Okay, it's important. So they like, this is what we're all doing. That's why I say we have to sacrifice our life if we really want to experience what a real awakening is. I say that as though there's a choice in it. Somebody says, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop all my desires and inclinations and to try to fulfill my sense pleasures and because I realize, oh yeah, that might be blocking me, so I'm gonna stop all that as of today. Yeah, you can try it. We have to do what we have to do for a while, let that get undone in a natural, organic way, and then automatically your gigabytes increase in your conscious capacity, and then you start to feel something that the mind might label as waking up. You might feel that more because there's more space, because you're not doing all these things that are taking up space. For example, I wrote this to my friend. I'm not a writer by nature. I don't like it because you can probably tell. I'm not the type to sit behind a computer and this is much more comfortable, this. But the life force wanted me to write these books and it wouldn't leave me alone. And so I would have suffered more if I didn't write them than if I did. So then wisdom kicks in and says, okay, maybe you should write them. But then I wanted to get them done as fast as possible. I was working 16, 18 hours a day some days because I just, that's how it is. That's my character. Once that gate opens, man, I don't want to eat, go to the bathroom, do anything. I'm just doing this. So I told him though, because I finished, and the first one, in case you want to, it's coming soon, soon, all right? The autobiography one. It's a fun one too. It's a lot of misadventures and stuff, the first half of the book. Because, man, I know how this works. That's why I share these stories. I didn't grow up in some Brahmin family with the guru, and now I've been to rehabs and jails and the military, and yeah, I know what it is to get dirty. So I finished though, and I told my friend, I said, man, I feel lighter. It's like the subconscious, the doing all these, having to write, even though it's positive. I'm gonna tie this into the main through line of this video in a minute. Even though it's but it's a good thing. It was taking up space. It was taking up space in my mind, my subconscious somehow. I mean, because it's there. I'd wake up in the morning and this project's there. It's you gotta, you gotta do this. Yeah, leave me alone. Can I postpone it? You can, but I'm gonna be there. Okay. No, I don't want to postpone it. So that's easier to deal with though than if I'm doing some kind of toxic habit or addiction or something, or some life situation that I'm in that I know I shouldn't be in every day. All right, if I'm doing something like that, Do you see how that can take space? It can take space up, and you won't. How can the consciousness, when we say awake, it's like flowering, you can say, right? How can it flower though if there's all these rocks on it, i.e., habits, addictions, stupid lifestyle, debaucherous things we do? Those are all like little rocks, and it's like covering the plant that's trying to bloom. But you notice there's some plants, there's some flowers, man, they come out of the damn concrete. I forgot the name of it. I don't know, Bosnia plant or something. It'll just, it can just like pop out anywhere. Yeah, this is the power of consciousness. That's what it can do, and it will do. But these videos and our talks are to help, sometimes wisdom will kick in and realize what I'm sharing, and then it'll say, you know what, maybe if you cooperate, if you understand like all these little things you're doing they're like rocks, but yet I have a desire to really come into my true nature, not as some hip trendy thing that I can do so then I can get money and praise and a relationship. No, it's like I can't help it, like something really wants to be at a higher level. Okay, if that desire is stronger than it is to go fulfill your sense pleasures, and the way for that to happen is to spend years trying to fulfill them to see they don't work, so that then it's an organic, you're not renouncing at that point. You're not like a renunciant who's like, I shouldn't do this. Yeah, that never worked for me, for my character. I had to get done with something by doing it. I talk about that in my book. That's how I get done with stuff. But even then, there can be a strong, let's assume you already did that. You did it and tasted the experience enough to know like, all right, this isn't where it's at, but yet I'm still compelled to keep trying to do it. Okay, we can work with that. That, because you see, you're like, this is blocking me from my highest so-called aspiration that God put here. I'm not gonna take credit for it. Wow, he's so good, he wants to be awake. No, like God wants to be awake through this form. Okay, I'm gonna cooperate with that and look at my life and do some introspection and see how am I blocking it. So then you start to like, stop doing it. This is what I mean when you say, when I'm saying you have to sacrifice your life to become more awake. You have to sacrifice this human bot. No, it's not necessarily bot. The bots don't even know anything about what we're talking about. So this human, this life that the consciousness is like, the consciousness is addicted to experiencing stuff. It just is, obviously. So that life has to be sacrificed in order to find a more higher, you could say spiritual life that's waiting to be born. Still, we can't force that. Can't just say, yeah, I'm gonna do that. No, we gotta go through the grind, all right? And it takes as long as it takes, who cares? This is the highest, one of the most important spiritual principles, is to give acceptance and hold space for yourself while you're growing through something that you just can't do anything about. You're like, no, but I like doing this. I know I shouldn't, but I like doing it. Oh yeah, I'm making a video on this in a minute. Yeah. You gotta give yourself space to like go through that, okay? At the same time, you know though, you're like, I need to get rid of this stuff because it's like keeping me down. It's keeping me small. It's blocking, it's like, I should have 50 GBs functioning, but doing these things bring me down to like 25. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, good. All right. You hold that higher desire. Ask God to help you and pray and do whatever you got to do to try to overcome that. But be cool. Be cool about it. Don't beat yourself up and say like, oh, but like, why can't I stop it? Like, it should, you see? Holding that space and having that level of self-acceptance is very much missing from the spiritual world today. I don't hear any teachers talking about it. Of course, I don't listen to many, but I don't hear it. That's necessary to like have balance. Intruders are coming. So that's cool. We're at about 10 minutes anyway. I think I said enough about this subject. I'm gonna make another video here in, yeah, before it gets too hot. So I will see you in a little bit.